Kevin, I know it's always difficult 9 o'clock on a Monday morning to immediately be talking about injury news from the weekend, but on the face of it, it looks as though in attacking areas might be a bit more limited to freshen things up than ideally you might like with a Saturday Tuesday.
Yeah, we the depth of the squad is good, but obviously when you pick up a couple of injuries, it limits the options and opportunities. A couple of players that are coming back from a few weeks out, which is great. Seiki Jano is going to have a full week of training this week and will be available for the Burton game. Elias Kachunga's got a scan today, so we'll know a little bit more going forward on his injury. And Brandon Harstrup is out for about 3 weeks with a hamstring injury, and everyone else is fit and available.
With the game load from the weekend and the work that was putting off the ball, presumably that's quite high in your thinking as you prepare for this one, looking at that data.
Yeah, I think the performance defensively was epitomised all what we want to be. All in, real togetherness within the group, really connected team. To go away from a really good side in Derby County and a massive club in this division, and to come away with a point was an excellent result, but an outstanding defensive performance from the whole group, and from 1 to 18, everyone that played their part in the game, had a fantastic role in what was a good point for us.
And presumably they're right up there with the most satisfying of results, really, even though it wasn't a win.
Yeah, of course. We planned extensively in terms of our analysis of Derby and what our game plan was going into the game, and obviously, when you get a result, it's all great and you've done a great job. But I think that the players, individually and collectively, put in a fantastic shift and adhered to the game plan, and we understood what threats that they had and how we would look to nullify them, and in certain moments we could cause them a few problems ourselves. So credit to the whole group, and without singling out individual players, I thought every person that stepped onto the pitch was tremendous.
With Liam Bennett, he's been really tested over the past couple of games, and you made the switch at half time on Saturday. I suppose always for a young player, you're bearing in mind that consistency is a challenge, and particularly when you're starting out in defence. Maybe we don't notice it so much with a young attacking player, but when you're in that defensive role, getting that consistency right is crucial.
Yeah, I think everyone that knows Liam around the club, and he's a fantastic person, one that's willing to learn and wants to improve. But his consistency this season in a team has been exemplary. He's played he started probably every game for us in all competitions this season. In my view, he's been one of the best young right backs in the division, both defensively and offensively. And it's sometimes young players, it's different games need a different profile, and in this particular game, Bonds decided to make a change in half time, and we needed a different profile of play, and that's why the depth of the squad's important, and everyone needs to be available and ready to play. And that's huge credit to Gibbs that came on and did a fantastic job against two really good wingers, and then obviously it just was a game that we just needed something different at half time, and Liam understands that, and he's had a tremendous season so far, and we'll go on to continue to do that for us this season.
Yeah, big for Gibral because he hasn't seen much in the way of game minutes, and I guess for Zeno Rossi as well, the fact that Gibral was there and ready to go, had his opportunity and played a big part in the game. It shows how you need to be primed and ready at all times.
Yeah, 100%. It's we're all part of the group here. Everyone's important, everyone's valued, and we hope that the training sessions that we put on, everyone feels involved and feels part of things, and when it's their opportunity to play physically, Lawrence and the rest of the sports science staff and the coaches do a good job to get them in good shape for when their moment does come. And Zeno is again another one that's been fantastic in pre-season and in training, and the time that he has had But most importantly, with all the players that are not getting the match minutes that some of the other ones are getting, their personality around the training ground, around their teammates, has been excellent. It's just a fantastic group of people to work with.
Let's take a look at Barnsley. I know it's not the biggest sample so far, but they've been really good away from home. They're unbeaten, and I think they've got the best defensive record as well.
Yeah, I think their record away from home is up there in the top two in the division. Really good side. Really good side. Lots of really good players that have played a lot of their appearances in a high level. It's a big club. And it's another, strong test for us to try and, show the best of us. And hopefully we can spring another surprise at home. We're very good at home. We've got fantastic support. And, just going back to the support, we'd like to thank the away fans for the ones that travelled to Derby. In the corner of the ground was fantastic to see them there, and their support was well received by the players, and gave us a huge boost throughout the game. And but yeah, going back to Barnsley, really good side, really respectful to them and what they do. But hopefully we can come up with another really good performance at a fantastic evening fixture at the Abbey.
Are they changing their style a bit under Neil Collins, in that they had a very set way of playing under Michael Duff? Is he starting to make his own imprint on the side?
Yeah, I think every manager has a different idea in certain situations, but it's the moment in time when you decide to do that with the group of players at your disposal. And I think they've had some changes in the last few seasons at the club in terms of manager, and the style has changed very, very slightly in the last latest appointment. But it's a gradual thing, They have been very much playing with a back three in the last 2 or 3 seasons, but then there's been a couple of games this season where they've switched to play a back four. So it's there's certain permutations that we'll be ready for, and but they've got good players, good side, good club, but we're respectful of them. But we know what strengths and what qualities we have in our squad, and an evening game at the Abbey, especially the way we're playing this season, it's going to be a difficult place.
Just quickly on the goalkeeping position, obviously Will Mannion's done an excellent job, as he did last year when Dimmy was injured, in terms of claiming a place in the team. It's going to be difficult to figure out what to do when Jack's finally fit. Yeah,
and we'll pass that one on to Bonds. No, it's it's what's pleasing is the depth of the squad in every position. It's really important, and every player needs to be available. People say it all the time. Players need to be available to play. Players need to be ready to perform at any given moment, and sometimes the players aren't ready. But the players that come into our group when they've been called upon have been ready and performed, whether it's from the start or whether it's been from the bench. And Jack's come in this season, done very, very well. It's been unfortunately picked up an injury, and Will's just taken the opportunity with both hands and done a fantastic job. And so many big moments, but between the two of them, I think is it 5 clean sheets that we've kept in the league, so it's great. And that's credit to Martin greatly, and both of them as individuals, and also the defence. And but primarily, we defend as a group, from the front all the way from the front to the midfield and the back four and the goalkeeper. So without the group doing it together, I don't think you'll see those defensive performances. But he's done really well.
Cheers.
Pleasure.
Hi, Kevin. Mark said on Thursday that he was considering making some changes from Saturday to tomorrow night. Is that still the plan? And if so, why is that the plan that you're going to implement?
Yeah, I think we need to look at certain situations, how players recover from the game on Saturday, and we trained this morning, and obviously how we might look to tweak a couple of things tactically for the game. And I think with the game so coming thick and fast at this moment, we need to be mindful of player loading and what's right for each individual. and which the best team to select. So what we have got is a like we said before, and you guys know that we've got some really good depth, and honestly, it doesn't really, matter, in certain areas which players that we will play. They're all very, very good players and do a really good job for the group, and we have full trust in every single player. So everyone be ready for selection, and hopefully put in a really good performance tomorrow to add to the really good result that we got on Saturday.
Yeah, as you said there, another good result on Saturday. How pleased have you been in general with the start that your side have made to the season?
Yeah, we're all delighted, but we're not satisfied. There was throughout the early parts of the season, we felt we could have picked up a draw or possibly a win here or there where we've not picked up some points. But I think consistency has been one of the main things for us this season, in probably all but one game away from home that we didn't really perform to our level. All the other games, we've been in the games, we've been competing, and we fully deserve to come out with at least a point. So that's really, really pleasing. I think the players have taken on some information very, very quickly. Defensively, we really understand our roles and responsibilities, and obviously with the ball, we've also improved in lots of areas. But we're not satisfied. We know we can do better and we can improve. We know we want to do better in possession from the game on Saturday, even though everyone's really happy with the point, but we're not satisfied with that. We want to get better, we want to improve, and that's our role, to keep pushing the players to reach high levels.
And forgive me if you said already, but just on the injury news, is tomorrow too soon for Soleil Kaikai, or could he be involved?
Yes. Soleil trained one day on Friday. It's probably going to be a bit of a push for him to be involved tomorrow. But again, like with Soku, he'll be hopefully back for selection for the Burton game.